Hello everybody, my name is Lorraine. I'm from Canada. I have a Verbling class for you at the pre-intermediate level. This is a vocabulary class, and so we're going to be just looking at vocabulary that you would use in North American and British schools, in the school system. And so I'll say hello to people as they come into the class. We have Suna. Hi, welcome back, Suna.
Hi, good to see you again.
Good to see you too. Hi, Jorge. How are you doing?
Hi, teacher. Hi again.
Hi again. Nice to see you. And Anna. Hello, Anna.
Hello, teacher.
Have you been in my class before?
No, this is my first class with you.
Okay, well, welcome to the class. I hope that you enjoy it. Where are you from, Anna?
I live in Spain.
Okay, very nice. Is it good weather in Spain today?
Yes, today is a hot day.
Nice. Are you near the ocean or the sea?
Well, I'm about 200 kilometers off the beach.
Oh, that's a long way.
Yes.
Okay.
I live in Andalusia.
Okay, very good. So, yeah, there's only 3 of you so far. We might wait another minute, and hopefully some others will arrive. So, Suna, what are your plans for today?
I have no special plan.
No special plans. Wow.
Yes. Same days, maybe.
Same old, same old. Okay.
Yes.
And we have Antonio. Hello.
Hello, hello.
How are you doing today?
Yes, I'm fine, thanks. And you?
Okay. I'm very good. There, I have a picture now, an icon for you. Where are you from, Antonio?
Yes, I'm from Spain.
Okay.
Andalusia.
Have you been in my class before?
Yes, I stay with you in another class. Yes.
Okay. I don't
but with another photo.
Yes. It's like a new person when I get a new photo.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, exactly.
Very good. All right, so we'll get started. You can download the worksheet in either Verbling Chat or Google Chat. And I will also share my screen with you. I have PowerPoint prepared. And as always, if you click on my icon at the bottom of the page, it will pin the PowerPoint presentation on the main page for you, so it won't disappear. Okay, so if you can't see the blue screen that says education, let me know. All right, excellent. Okay, so, oops, we've got a new person with us. Christian, hello, welcome. Okay, Christian, are you there?
Hello, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. Welcome to the class.
Thank you.
We're just getting started now. Good timing. Okay, so look at the types of schools and match them to the people on the right. These are the people who would be in that particular school. Okay, so let's start with Suna. Number 1, read what it says there and match it to the people on the right.
Yeah, secondary school. A 10-year-old child. No, D.
I think D is not quite right. I think D is going to be a little less than a secondary school. Do you want to take another guess?
A 15-year-old pupil.
Yeah, I think that's correct. So right now we're looking at what the British call these schools, and in the next slide we'll compare them to the American versions. Here in Canada, we have both the American versions and the British version, so it sometimes is kind of confusing. Jorge, number 2.
Primary school, I think a 5-year-old pupil.
Yeah, that word is pupil.
Pupil.
Pupil, good. All right, and Christian, number 3.
Yes. Number 3, a nursery school is a 3-year-old child.
Yeah, 3-year-old. Good. And Antonio, number 4.
Okay, university. Maybe a 20 years old student, a professor.
Okay. Good. And Andy, hi, welcome. Welcome to the class.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Where are you from, Andy?
I'm from Indonesia.
Ah, very good. How about number 5? What do you think it would match with on the right?
Number 5, private school. D, a 10-year-old child.
You possibly could find a 10-year-old child in a private school, but there's a statement that is specific to a private school. There's only one other choice. Yes, good. Yeah. Okay, so in England and also in the United States, a private school is where the parents pay for the education. The rest of the school system, up to university, is free. It's paid by the government. So a private school is the only one where the parent pays for the education. All right,
The
and that
opposite
leaves
of the public school.
Yeah, public school is how we term, yeah, school that's paid for by the government. Okay, Anna, the last one, the hard one.
Middle school is option D, a 10-year-old child.
Okay. Middle school is something we don't use very often in Canada. I don't know. Suna, in the States, do they say middle school? For a 10-year-old child? Do you know? Maybe you don't know.
I don't know.
That's okay. You can say, I don't know. That's fair. Okay. So let's try making some sentences about your family, like in this example. You could use your cousin, your brother, your sister, your aunt, whatever. But for instance, my little cousin goes to primary school. So, Anna, can you make a statement about someone in your family?
Yes, my youngest son will go to the university next course.
Repeat the sentence, please.
Yes, my youngest son will go at the university in the next course.
Okay, so they haven't gone yet, but they're going to go. All right. Excellent, thank you. And Andy? Can you make a sentence about your family?
My little cousin get his first education on nursery school.
Okay, so try to use some of the words that that we've got as a pattern for us. So your little cousin, it goes to nursery school?
Yeah,
Okay,
my little cousin goes to nursery school.
exactly. Good. Okay, Antonio?
Okay. My brother is studying to work at primary school.
Is starting to work.
Starting to work, yeah,
He
like
is a teacher. Okay,
Yes.
so you could say that he is a teacher. So, it is your brother? Did you say your brother?
Well, he's a project of teacher. He's studying in the
Oh,
university.
okay. So then you would say your brother is a university student. Or
Yes,
he goes to
student. Okay.
university. Okay, good.
Okay.
Excellent. Okay. Let's see who's next. Christian,
Okay.
tell us something about someone in your family.
My little sister will go to the university next year.
Okay, good. Jorge?
My nephew goes to a nursery school.
Good. Okay. Suna?
Yeah, my nephew goes to nursery school.
Okay. Good. And oh, hi, Amparo. Welcome.
Hi, teacher. Good morning.
Good morning. And hello, Ali.
Yeah, hello.
Okay. So what we're doing right now is making sentences about someone in your family, your son, your daughter, your cousin, somebody, and tell us what school they go to. So my little cousin goes to primary school. Amparo?
My cousin is going to university.
Okay. And Ali?
My sister graduated from university.
Okay.
Graduated from university.
Very good. Okay. Now, we're going to match the British English words to the American English words for the same thing. Let's start with Ali. Number one, the secondary school. What do you think a secondary school is in the U.S.?
High school.
Yes, it's a high school. And here in Canada, we have both high schools and secondary schools. Amparo, the next one.
Primary school, elementary school.
Mm-hmm. Good. And Anna?
Yes. Nursery school could be daycare.
Yeah. And again, in Canada, we have both, and they are slightly different. And Andy, the next one.
University, college.
Yes. And again, in Canada, we have a university and we have colleges, and they are not the same thing. They're different. Antonio, the last one.
A middle school is junior high school.
Yeah, junior high. Okay, good. So
Alright.
now we're going.
Sure.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have a question. In Canada,
Okay.
which do you usually use? The left part or the right part?
In many cases, we use both, and it's very confusing.
Both.
In any given town, you might have 3 schools for people who are 14 years and up. We call them either secondary schools or high school. In the town I grew up in, we had Newmarket High School, and we had Huron Heights Secondary School. So I don't know, we decided to go down the middle and use everything. But a nursery school in Canada, a nursery school is different from a daycare. Nursery school actually has a curriculum, but a daycare does not. A daycare is just babysitting. So that's different here.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Teacher?
Yes.
Yeah. What is different daycare and kindergarten?
Okay. Kindergarten would be primary school. Kindergarten is 5-year-olds. Daycare or nursery school is 4 years and under. I think in nursery school here in Canada, a child needs to be 3 years old. So 3 and 4-year-olds go to nursery school. Younger than that, they go to daycare. Over 4, 5-year-olds are in kindergarten.
Yes.
6-year-olds start grade 1. Any other questions? Okay. All right. So good pupil versus bad pupil. It's pretty easy to tell one from the other. But we're going to read the sentences out loud and then make a value judgment about if this is a good pupil or a bad pupil. Let's go with whose turn is it? Well, Suna, do number 1 for me, please.
Yes. Paul is never late. He always does his homework on time.
Okay.
Let's put pupil.
He's which one?
Good.
Yes. So the word is pupil. Say pupil, Suna.
Pupil.
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 Good. Pupil. Yes. All right. Jorge, number 2.
Lydia always pays attention in class. She is a good pupil.
Nice. Christian, number 3.
Carlo often cheats in his exams. One day he will be in trouble. Without a doubt, he's a good pupil.
You think he's a good pupil? He cheats in his exams.
Totally. A bad pupil.
Yeah, he's a bad pupil. Now, this statement, Carlos often cheats in his exams. In North America, it is more common to use the preposition on. He cheats on his exams. This is a British way of doing it. Both are correct. All right. Antonio?
Okay. Kate always distracts other pupils. They can't concentrate on their work. Kate is a bad pupil.
Okay. Pupil. Say pupil.
Pupil.
Pupil. Okay. Yeah. Like, I'll write this in verbling. That's how it sounds. Pupil.
Okay. Thank you.
Don't ever write it that way. It's just how it sounds. Okay, good. So you're saying she's a bad pupil. Okay. And Andy?
Okay. Mark annoys the teacher because he can keep quiet during the lesson. He's a bad pupil.
Okay, that was me. Okay, Anna, the next one, please.
Yes, Susan studies very hard. I think she'll pass all her exams. She's a good pupil.
A good pupil. What's another word for pupil?
Student.
Yeah, student. Good. Amparo?
Daniel annoys the teacher because he is so noisy. Bad people.
And Ali?
Yes, Alice never listened to the teacher. She preferred to talk to her friend. She is bad people.
Bad pupil. Again, that was me. Yak, yak, yak. Okay, are there any questions about any of the words in this? That's all clear? Good. Okay, so we're going to match the words to form phrases from those sentences we just read. So we have a single word on the left, and we're going to finish the phrase with the words on the right. Suna, do you want to start with number 1, please?
Cheap for on exam.
Yeah. On the exam or in the exam. Whoops. Did I forget to do my arrows? I think I did. Okay, whoops. We'll just have to do these on our own. So you're right, cheat in your exams. Number 2, Jorge?
Distract other pupils.
Okay, distract other pupils, right? And number 3, Christian?
Keep quiet during the lesson.
Good, yes. Antonio, number 4?
Study for an exam.
Very good, yes. Andy?
I always do my homework on time.
Okay, do your homework on time. Good. And Anna?
Annoy the teacher.
Okay, very good. So, use the phrases to tell your partner if you are a good or bad pupil at school, like in the example. Use adverbs of frequency, like always, never, usually, sometimes. So you can say, I never cheated in my exams. So I'm going to go through each of you. I want you to tell me something about you as a pupil. Okay, Ali, we'll start with you. So just decide one of these to tell us about. You could say, I always studied for my exams. Or you could say, I never studied for my exams. Anything you want, okay? Just make a statement about whether you were a good or bad pupil. Ali, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Yes, I always distract my teacher.
Okay, you always distract your teacher.
Yeah.
All right, good. Amparo, obviously you are a bad pupil. Amparo?
I always did my homework on time.
Okay, good. Anna?
I also try to do my homework on time. I always try to do my homework on time.
Very good. Okay, Andy?
I sometimes study just the night before the exam.
Okay. Do you know what that's called in English?
I don't know.
It's called cramming.
Cramming.
Yeah. So the present tense is cram. So you can say, I always crammed for my exams. Okay, that means you did it the night before or maybe 10 minutes before the test. All right, Antonio?
I always try not to annoy the teacher.
Okay, good. Christian?
I always do homework on time.
Okay, good. Jorge?
I didn't used to do my homework on time.
Okay, very nice use of didn't used to. Very good. Suna?
I hardly annoy the teacher.
Okay, so in that case, you have to say, I hardly ever annoyed the teacher.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're going to look at these list of adjectives and say which ones are positive, which ones are negative. Okay, so the first one, Amparo, hardworking.
Positive.
Okay. Anna, the next one.
Clever is positive too.
Okay. Oh, there's my arrows. Great. I got a little mixed up. Okay. And Andy, the next one.
Loud. Positive.
Do you think
Sorry.
for
Negative.
people, sometimes it's very positive to be loud, but not as a student, I don't think. Okay, good. Antonio.
The next is lazy, no? Lazy, I think it's negative.
Okay, what is the word?
Lazy.
Lazy, yes, lazy.
Lazy.
Negative, lazy. All right, and Christian.
Stupid is negative.
Mm-hmm. Good. And Jorge, the next one?
Polite, I think is positive.
Good. And Suna?
Yeah. Creative, positive.
Yes. Okay, Amparo, the last word?
Naughty, negative.
Okay. Does everybody understand the word naughty? It's not used in North America very often. What would be another word to use for naughty?
Disobedient.
Yeah, disobedient or bad.
Mischievous.
Don't be bad. Okay, but the British would say don't be naughty, and it's usually used with children. Okay, so let's describe the pupils above using these adjectives. I don't think we'll go with that. Let's go on. Educational phrases. We're going to match the two halves of each sentence. So the first one, when you complete university education, you, and then you have to choose something here. Anna, do you want to try number one, please?
Yes. When you complete university education, you get a degree.
Yeah, you hope so. Good job. All right, Andy, the next one.
At the end of secondary school, you pass your exam.
Well, you would hope you would pass the exam, but there's another one that...
Take school leaving exams.
Yeah, take school leaving exams. I've never heard it expressed that way, but you take the exam, you hope that you pass. When you have your exams, then you can apply to university. Okay. Antonio?
Mm-hmm. During university education, you it's possible to fail your exam, but I suppose it's another.
Remember, this is during university education, not at the end. This is during.
Maybe attend lectures?
Yeah, that's the only one that fits for that. Good. Christian, the next one.
If you want to do well in your exams, you must pass your exams.
Well, that doesn't make too much sense that way.
If you want to do well in your exams, you must revise for your exams.
Yes. Now, does anybody know what the word revise, what another word we could use there? It's more common.
To check.
Remedial.
Look over.
To study?
Yeah, I think to study. If you want to do well in your exams, you must study for your exams. So revise just means to go over all the material that you learned during the school year. You look it all over and you try to remember as much of it as possible. You cram. Okay, so revise is very similar to studying. All right, Jorge?
If you want to get a degree or diploma, you must pass your exams.
Mm-hmm. And Suna, the last one.
Yeah, if you wanna get a degree or a diploma, you mustn't fail your exam.
All right, you mustn't fail. Good. All right, so again, we're going to make sentences about ourselves using phrases from this exercise. So, for instance, I did very well in my college courses and I got a diploma with honors. Okay, so let's start in the middle. Antonio?
Sorry, sentences.
Okay, so just choose one of these sentences.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, I chose one of if you want to get a degree or diploma, you must pass your exams. So I said that I passed my exams for college with honors. So say something about your education that's true for you.
Mm-hmm. Myself. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
For example, when I ended the secondary school, I took school leaving.
Okay, you took school leaving exams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good, thank you. All right, Kristen? Christian, can you unmute your microphone? Okay, we'll go to Andy then.
Okay. In order to get good grades, I always attend all the lectures.
Okay, you attended all the lectures. Good. All right. Christian, are you there? Okay, Jorge?
During university education, I passed my
Good.
exams.
Good.
My exams.
Very good. Okay, you passed your exams. Anna?
Yes. I always revised all my exams before gave them to the teachers.
Okay, so you didn't revise your exams. You revised all of the coursework for your exams, right?
Okay.
If you revise your exams, it means you can study the exam, and I don't think they'll let you do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so you revised all your coursework in order to do well on your exam.
Yes.
Okay, good. Suna?
Yes. If I want to get a degree, I must pass my exam.
Okay, so if you want, are you talking about something that is true for you?
When I complete university education, I got a degree.
Okay, good. You got a degree. Amparo?
When I completed my university education, I got a degree in electronics.
Okay, very good. Are there any questions?
Yes, I would like to ask you, revise can be used to for when you do an exam, you have to read it before give to the teacher. This verb revise can be used in this
Yes.
way too.
Yes, that makes sense. Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, you're going to look over all the work that you did on the exam before you hand it in. You can say
Okay.
that's revising as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it just means to look at it again, like a revision. You go back, you look at it, you decide whether you want to change anything. Yeah, it works. Good. So now we're at a point where we're going to just talk about our school experiences. So you can talk about the school you went to or describe the school system in your country. And we can discuss the question, is education very important for getting a good job in your country? So I want to close this window so I can be part of the class for the discussion. Suna, can you tell us what your school was like that you went to? You went to school in Korea, correct?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah, I went to the middle school.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Secondary school. I work. I hardworking. I'm hardworking. My Korean school is very hardworking. Students is go to 7 a.m., 7 or 7:30 a.m. From 7 or 7:30 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah. and then another what is name? Private lesson 1 or 2 a.m.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That was secondary school.
Yeah.
And here in Canada, people in high school or secondary school, they go in at maybe 8 o'clock in the morning. They're done by 2:30 in the afternoon.
Wow. my Korean is crazy.
Yeah, wow, it's incredible. Jorge, what was it like for you at school?
I went to a big school when I was a child. There were maybe more than 300 guys, and yeah, well, very good time I have there.
You enjoyed school?
Yes, when I was a child, yes, and a lot of plays. We played football and everything. It was a nice time.
See, that's what Jorge remembers about his childhood education, football.
Yeah.
Jorge, did you have to wear a school uniform?
No. It was a public school. Here in Spain, normally in public schools, you don't have to wear uniform.
Okay, interesting. Christian, can you tell us what it was like in school for you?
I'm here again. I had
Good.
some connection
Yes,
problems.
I saw that.
Could you repeat the question, please?
Yes. What was it like for you in school when you were in maybe primary or secondary school?
Well, when I was at school, I had a very good time. Uh, I liked to play basketball. Uh, I played football too.
Okay, so here's another guy whose memories of school are about sports, but not about schoolwork. What was your favorite subject, Christian?
What?
What was your favorite subject at school?
Mathematics.
Mathematics. Okay, very good. All right, Antonio, tell us a little bit about your schooling.
Well, I think it was my best time in my education. I really enjoyed in the primary school. Is when I have a lot of regards, a lot of best regards. My
Okay.
best regards at the primary school.
Okay, so your best memories is what I think you're trying to
Memories.
say. Yeah,
Okay.
your best memories are of primary school.
I studied in the public school, but here we have the private school when you have to put the uniform, but we have the mixed school. It's a
Okay.
private school with a subvention of the public of the government. Well, my preferred subject was knowledge of the conocimiento is nature and society.
Okay, natural sciences.
Yes.
Natural sciences. Okay, so that was, you say that was your best subject.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Natural. Okay, very good. Thank you, Antonio. Andy, tell us about your schooling.
Yeah, I think the education system in my country, in Indonesia, is the same like in the US, and we must wear uniform, whether it is private or public school. And then in high school, there are only two curriculums to choose: science or social.
And which did you choose?
I choose science.
Okay, very good. In the United States and Canada, typically public schools, you don't wear a uniform.
Yeah.
In Canada, we have two school systems, very strange, but because of our history, we have a public school system and a separate school system, which is for people who are of the Catholic faith. So we call it the Catholic school system and the public school system. Catholics always wear a uniform, but public almost never wears a uniform, only for private school here in Canada. So it's interesting. Very good. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome.
Anna, tell us a little bit about school.
Okay, I went to a public and mixed school, mixed for girls and boys.
Yes.
And I never used uniform. And I enjoyed this time a lot. My children went to a semi-public school. This means private schools which are funded by government. Do you know?
Well, it sounds like what Andy was talking about too.
Yes.
Oh, very interesting.
Yes, I also enjoy maths and uh, science, nature subjects.
Very good. Okay, thank you, Anna. Amparo.
I studied in a public high school with it was a feminine high school that we were almost 50 students per classroom. Um, yes, I enjoy a lot when I was there, and I still we are in contact with many of my classmates from the high school.
Wow.
Yeah, and I like
So,
the math.
tell me again, Amparo, was this private or public?
Public.
Public. Okay. And
Yes,
it was an all-girls school?
yes, just girls.
Oh, interesting.
And we used to have an uniform. An uniform.
So, were all the secondary schools, could you choose a mixed school or an all-girls school? Did you have that choice?
Yes, but now the law has changed, and every single high school have to be mixed.
Ah.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, that depends on the education, I think, because sometimes they say that it is a big change when you start the university. For example, for me, it was a big shame because I have studied 6 years at the high school from just with women, and when you start the university, you have to face with men that sometimes they forgot there are women around and they just very they are swearing you, oh my gosh, yes, but now I don't know, there is a lot of controversy about around this subject because sometimes they say they are increase the young maternity because they are mixed. But on the other hand, they say no, it's not true because they are going to grow up together and they are going to learn how to face it when you are at the university or in your job. You are not alone with your same genre.
Right.
So there is two points of view. Who knows what is going to happen in the next year when and yes in the because the law just applied 2 years ago.
Okay, very interesting. I'd like to ask others in the class, do other people have opinions about whether schools before university should be single gender or not? Should we have all girls schools and all boys schools? Or do you think it's better that they be mixed? So anyone want to make a comment about that? Anna?
I think it's better a mixed school because in society all of us are mixed and we have to learn to have good relationships with the other gender too. So I prefer mixed schools.
Okay. Does anybody have the opposite view that it's a good idea to have schools that are just all boys or all girls? Anyone have that idea that's better? No? So everyone more or less agrees that mixed schools would be best? Okay. Well, it looks like
Yes, I think so. I think
mixed is the better way to go. Okay, Jorge. Yes.
Well,
So
I think anywhere of kind of school, maybe public, private, or mixed can be good, but I think it's necessary to study another things that math, language. I know I know values. I think values are losing here in my country. We give a lot of importance to that subject, maths, science, but they are, I think it's for the values that we are propicia, we are sorry.
That's okay.
We are giving priority of the competence and competition between partners. But I think it's necessary the cooperation between the partners to work together.
Okay. Yeah, interesting point. All right, so the last question that was on our sheet was having to do with the importance of education in your country. Like in some countries, for instance, in Mexico, I've heard that you don't have to stay in school once you are, I don't know, like grade 4 or something. So it's crazy. They don't put a lot of importance on education. So people who want their children to be educated usually opt for a private school. So in your own country, what do you think education, what is the priority of education? Is it something important in your country or no? Suna?
My country is very important about
yes, it sounds like Korea is very into education.
about test. My husband came to at the high school, or the high school, and then he studied 1 year. And then he entered Berkeley. My Korean is very strong study. Yes.
Yes, I think so. Korea really has a very strong education bias. They really want their people to be educated.
Yeah,
Jorge?
Yes.
Okay, I was just going to go to Jorge now, Suna. All right.
Yes, I think here in Spain education is important. It's very important. So far, here education was very good. It was a very good level. And now with the crisis, I think the government decreased the money for the schools and teachers and all of this, and I think the quality of the school is decreasing too. But I think the level of our education is very good so far.
Okay, good. Thank you, Jorge. Christian? Oops, we lost him. Okay, Antonio. Do you have anything else to say about the education system in your country, if they are very committed to education?
Well, the same about I said before. I haven't any more to add.
Okay, that's fine. Good. Andy, what about for you? Is education important in your country?
Yeah, I think it is. And in order to get a job, we have to have a degree in my country. But nowadays, they also urge us to be an entrepreneur.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes a good entrepreneur don't have education at all.
Okay, but as far as the education system in your country, do they put a lot of money into education, and is education compulsory for students up to a certain age?
Yeah, it's up to high schools, but they put a lot of money, the budget on education. It's about 20% of the government budget, and most of the public school is free up to high school, and there are a great number of scholarships from government for the university or college.
Okay, very interesting. Thank you. Anna?
Yes, I agree with Jorge that in Spain is very important education, and is free and public until 16 years old. And you can choose between two paths for to go to the university, or maybe to have a vocational training for different kind of jobs.
Okay. All right, good. And Amparo, do you have anything to add about?
Yes, fortunately here the most of the education institutions are the free. If they are public, they are for free. You don't have to pay anything. Just if you are at the university, you have to pass your test, and to if don't, you have are paying. But if don't, it's for free.
Okay. All right, so we're at the end of our hour, and I thank everyone for joining me. Thank you for discussing the education systems in your countries. It's always interesting to see what other countries are doing in education. So thank you, and hopefully I'll see you soon. Okay, bye-bye, everybody. Take care.
Bye. Thank you.